Hi there, Serial Trader here. Just want to do a quick update here on SPX and also the NASDAQ. Um, so I'll go through a couple scenarios that are currently in play. Uh, there's really not much room left for the bears before this thing is just taken off the new highs. So here is a potentially bearish wave count, although my confidence in this wave count is very low at this point. And although we did get some downside and we had this little hourly head and shoulders pattern, we did get a nice little move down there, but certainly nothing like what I suspected might be coming. But basically, if we reverse from essentially current levels, this could still be considered a leading diagonal wave 1. This is our wave 2 up. Then we have another 1, extremely deep 2, as long as we stay below 39.30. And so far we got as high as 39.28.65. So again, this thing's hanging on by a thread, and I highly doubt that this is the viable pattern in play here. But just until it's invalidated, which would be a couple points away, this is possible. But we have to turn down essentially right here for this to work. Now, another probably more likely count here at this point is that within this overall move up from our October low, this move up we had to 39.50 was just simply 5 waves up for wave 1 of that still developing wave 5 of perhaps 3, okay? So this would be a 1, this would be a 2 down, and you can certainly get an A, B, C out of this, although the C wave is quite extreme compared to the A wave. It certainly is still allowable, not ideal, but allowable. And if you just do a fib retracement from our previous 4th wave low, where we started this little impulse wave up, we came right down, stabbed through the 50% retracement, and then obviously we've had a sharp reversal off that. So really, this is probably at this point the more likely scenario, and it basically calls for new highs, significant new highs. If we were to just put a projection here, 3rd wave target. So if we got a little 1, 5 up for 1, ABC down for 2, 3 down for 2. We'd be looking for 1.618 relationship. So let's put that up there. So the 1.618 relationship, 1 versus 3, that would get us to 42.20. So past 4,200 just in the 3rd wave, and then you'd still want a 4th, and then a 5th before we might actually have something, as far as a major top in place. And you might only do basically a equal relationship between 1 and 3, or a 1.382. But as you can see, I mean, even just the equal relationship, which would be a very weak wave 3, and would require an even shorter wave 5, that would still get us well over 4,000 just in this next wave up here of a still larger wave up. So this is a pretty bullish interpretation, but it's looking pretty solid, pretty viable right now. So I just thought I'd point it out. But this, okay, so there's SPX kind of looks more clearly bullish here between these two scenarios. Again, this is possible, the bearish scenario, but it absolutely has to turn down right here, and I'm just really doubtful that's going to happen. But then if you look at the NASDAQ, and this is what I find so interesting, NASDAQ looks really solid that we're working an initial 5-wave sequence down that's not complete yet. So we got 5 down for 1, ABC up for 2, and we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for 3. That certainly looks like a nice sharp wave 3 down, broke out of this channel quite nicely. And then so far, this looks like a corrective bounce up in a 4th wave. This doesn't look like any kind of an impulse, impulse wave off the bottom, right? It looks choppy, overlapping, maybe a WXY, like a double zigzag or something. And right here, this horizontal yellow line here, this would be the 4-1 invalidation. So wave 4 cannot overlap with wave 1. So wave 1 on the NDX here bottomed at 13,477.2. So that would be the level we cannot move past in a wave 4 for this to still be a wave 4. Otherwise, somehow this could just be a more extreme A, B, and then a very severe C down, and this is somehow a new impulse wave in development to the upside, just like what may be happening in SPX there. But so far, as it currently stands, NDX looks like it's good for, another leg down in a 5th wave to complete an initial impulse wave down, which would suggest even more downside eventually. So right now, which one do you put more weight into, SPX or NDX? If you're just looking at NDX, you're thinking, well, this thing looks like it's about to roll over at least one more time here in this pattern. And if you're looking at SPX, you're thinking, well, geez, we got 1, 2, wave 3 in progress. This thing's about to take off like a rocket ship. So can that really happen at the same time that the NDX is going down and making new lows here? I doubt it. So one of them is going to be right. I don't know which one yet. This is a pretty low confidence environment. Whether you're trying to go long or short. Maybe you just want to sit this one out if you're not in something right now. That's kind of my thoughts there. And if we look at the E-mini futures here, ES, S&P E-minis. Okay, so we have this same move up off the previous fourth wave low. Obviously a 5-wave move up. Let me just get rid of some of this clutter on the chart. We came right down to nearly a perfect 50% retracement in this pullback and bounced off of that quite nicely. And again, let me just clean this up. But the move off the low so far on the E-mini S&P futures, this looks like a 3-wave rally, although I don't know how it fits into an overall pattern. Like, this doesn't look like a 5-wave sequence down. This kind of looks corrective. But now we have another, so far, 3-wave bounce up. Now, of course, this could develop into a 5-wave sequence. Like, this could be 1, 2, we could do a 3, 4, 5. I mean, of course, if that happens, then obviously it's off to the races, like, the SPX is kind of suggesting there. But so far, on ES, the move off the bottom looks like some sort of a 3-wave rally, like an ABC up, right? And right here, I just have some equality relationships between this initial pop, our little sideways move here, and then this next move up. So if we just do kind of a measured move ABC up and start rolling over, then, the E-mini S&P futures are sending a different message than SPX. So really, it's not a clear picture here. I mean, if I look at the NASDAQ 100 futures, so NQ, this is showing very much a similar picture to what NDX, the cash index is showing. So no real conflict between the NASDAQ futures and the NASDAQ index. But there is, I'd say, more of a conflict here between the ES futures and SPX, right? So I don't know. Like, I really don't have a clear idea which way this is going to resolve. Honestly, could go either way. So for what it's worth, that's just what I wanted to throw out there. It's just not clear. You can pick your side and go for it, but to me, it's a low confidence play in either direction at this point. So you might want to try something like a hedge position, where you could potentially gain in either direction as long as it moves enough, or just sit it out and wait for something more clear to establish. All right, just wanted to throw it out there. Let's see what happens the rest of the week. Pretty crazy stuff happening out there. All right, Serial Trader signing off.